The only dating advice you'll ever need. Are you aware that nearly half of all adults in the United States are single? As a result of this surprisingly high figure, a significant number of people who are now without a partner are immersed in the dating scene, seeking dating advice and attempting to find the one. In addition, there are several significant advantages to dating in the modern era. The findings of recent research suggest that dating apps may be associated with stronger marriages and reduced divorce rates in the context of the online dating universe. I am overjoyed. Additionally, even though there may be certain indicators that someone is the one, there is a great deal of dating advice available to assist you in navigating the dating world. As someone who has read what seems like an endless supply of dating advice, I realize that it could be summed up in a single piece of advice that I would like to share with you today. One piece of dating advice that you absolutely must have. You may attract the kind of spouse you want to have by modeling the kind of relationship you would like to have with your partner. That's it, it's the simplest explanation possible. If you aren't convinced by what I've said just yet, allow me to explain. It is important to remember that every relationship you have with other people acts as a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. Is that the case? Mostly because we are most familiar with the relationship that we have with ourselves, and we tend to attract things that are familiar to us. Ever wondered why all of your former partners have the same feelings towards you or treated you in the same manner? Or you could say that all of your buddies are the same. Perhaps you tend to detest people who are judgmental of others, when in fact it is because you are quite critical of yourself, and it is something that you are acquainted with. When we observe the behavior of those around us, we have a better understanding of how we behave toward ourselves. If you are extremely kind to yourself by engaging in self-care activities, engaging in good self-talk, and simply being reassuring and validating, you will find that you are drawn to kind people, and that you are turned off by those who treat you terribly. How come? Mostly because it is foreign, and we are hardwired to favor familiarity wherever possible, since familiarity equals survival. What is the mechanism behind this? A total of 95% of our thoughts are determined by our subconscious, also known as our unconscious mind, while the other 5% are the result of conscious choices. The essence of the matter is that you are gathering information and making dating decisions for other people without even being aware of it. Certainly, the majority of the time, the mind is performing actions without your conscious awareness of what it is doing. Your subconscious will be working in the background to make decisions on who it wants you to continue to pursue while you are dating. These decisions will be made casually. Additionally, if you get a sense that the individual is familiar to you, this will motivate you to follow them further. The reason for this is that your subconscious is hardwired to live. If the individual does not appeal to your sense of familiarity, your subconscious will advise you to avoid them. It desires for you to continue living. It is for this reason that you might have consciously thought that someone was nice on paper or had good attributes. But if it seems strange to how you treat yourself, it would pull you away from them, rather than towards them. At this point, this is wonderful, in which your subconscious mind is predisposed to select the individuals you desire. However, if you have a terrible relationship with yourself since, once again, you spend the most amount of time with yourself, and as a result, your subconscious is most experienced with that relationship. You will be subconsciously attracted to people that reinforce the negative relationship patterns that you have with yourself. You will inevitably be drawn to other people who are critical of you if you are not critical of yourself. If you choose to disregard the requirements, you will find yourself drawn to other individuals who do the same. When you are emotionally unavailable with yourself, you will find that you are drawn to other people who are also emotionally unavailable. If you consistently put your requirements first and disdain those of others, you will find yourself drawn to individuals who put you first and neglect themselves. You will inevitably be drawn to other people who take advantage of you, if you take advantage of yourself. Additionally, the list may continue on and on. To what extent can I cultivate a healthy relationship with myself? Your relationship with yourself may be a substantial reflection of your relationship with the people who cared for you when you were younger, or of key love relationships you entered into as an adult. The way they treated you may be now a reflection of how you treat yourself, as it is the voice that you hear in your head. By making changes to the way you interact with yourself, you can, fortunately, make an effort to deliberately reprogram your subconscious thought process. Your mind will eventually become accustomed to this new manner of treating oneself, and it will do so eventually. In addition, you will be drawn to those who treat you better than they do themselves. What steps should I take to improve the way I treat myself? All right, make yourself the kind of companion you'd like to have. You should be loving, supportive, and kind to yourself if you want to find a spouse who is the same way. It may be accomplished through significant actions, like as going on a date with yourself. Here are 7 suggestions with journal prompts that are free of charge, or through more insignificant actions, such as ensuring that you eat and drink water whenever your body requires it. For example, you may use writing as a means to check in with yourself and be present with yourself, or you could use daily journal prompts to write down all how you are loving. If you want someone good at talking with you and taking care of you, you should work on improving your communication skills with yourself and be open to being taken care of by taking care of your needs. Practice being more open and emotionally available with yourself by keeping a journal or engaging in other activities that open your heart. If you want to be with someone open and emotionally available, you should allow yourself to do so. I am not suggesting that you should alter your personality or temperament, especially because these aspects are what make you who you are. While this is true, it is important to remember that you should treat yourself in the same manner that you would want someone you care about to treat you. Now, of course, there is a considerable amount of dating advice that is quite beneficial. Nonetheless, your subconscious comfort zone will be a significant factor in determining the choices you make. In addition, your subconscious will tend to favor familiarity. Because of this, it is essential to ensure that the things that are familiar to you are also things that you want to be around. The bond you have with yourself is important. It is important to keep in mind that you accept the affection that you believe you deserve. Additionally, the relationship that you have with yourself is the foundation for what you believe you deserve. An individual with whom you are not in a romantic or marital connection will be the person with whom you will have the longest association. One's relationship with oneself is the focus here. If you want to see the relationships that are reflected around you, the relationship you have with yourself is the most important. It should be cultivated, grown, and treasured. You may attract the kind of spouse you want to have by modeling the kind of relationship you'd like to have with your partner. You could do this. Even though we're new to the scene, every 1% increase in subscribers means the world to us. If you found value in our content, would you kindly consider becoming one of our very first subscribers? Your support from the outset will set the stage for our growth, allowing us to produce more valuable videos for personal growth and development.